Good afternoon and welcome to the Public Service Commission of South Carolina. It is Tuesday, October 6th. It is 2 o'clock and we are here for our regularly scheduled business meeting. Let's take a roll call of commissioners, please. Present in the hearing room, we have Commissioner Jay Williams, Vice Chair Powers, Chair Belser, and with us virtually we have Commissioner Irvin and Commissioner Caston. Please join me for a moment of silent reflection before we begin the meeting. Thank you. Mr. Scarborough, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good afternoon, Vice Chair Powers and Commissioners. The first order of business is to set the next Commission business meeting. Staff recommends that the next regularly scheduled meeting be held on Thursday, October 13th at 2 p.m.
Next meeting will be scheduled for Thursday, October 13th at 2 p.m.
There are 13 items on today's utilities agenda and 10 items on the motor carrier agenda, so we will get started. Item number 1 on the utilities agenda is in dockets numbered 2000-265C, 2003-105C, and ND-2022-64C. This is the notification of transfer of control of Bullseye Telecom Incorporated to Lingo Management, LLC.
Commissioners, we've heard agenda item 1 is identified by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Vice Chair Powers.
Thank you. I move the Commission accept the notification of transfer of control of Bullseye Telecom, Inc. and Lingo Management, LLC. This transaction will not result in a change in service delivery or billing for the companies. So move.
Thank you, Vice Chair Powers. Commissioners, we've heard the motion. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. And let me just state that I neglected to affirmatively indicate that Commissioners C. Williams and Thomas are not participating in today's meeting. We'll proceed to a roll call vote with Commissioner Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 2 is in docket number 2009-144C, which is TracFone Wireless Incorporated's / SafeLink Wireless Incorporated's request for confidential treatment of its eligible telecommunications carrier quarterly report for the period ending June 30th, 2022.
With regard to utilities agenda item 2 is explained by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Irvin.
Thank you. I move the Commission grant TracFone Wireless Incorporated's request for confidential treatment of the quarterly report for the month ending June 30, 2022. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Irvin. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Irvin. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 3 is in docket number 2022-200E, which is the settlement agreement between Melinda E. McKissick and Duke Energy Progress, LLC.
With regard to utilities agenda item 3, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Vice Chair Powers.
Thank you. I move the Commission approve the settlement agreement between Melinda E. McKissick and Duke Energy Progress, LLC. Further, I move that staff administratively close this docket.
Thank you, Vice Chair Powers. Commissioners, is there any discussion on the motion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner J. Williams.
Madam Chair, I think it's important for us to acknowledge the flexibility and the willingness of the parties to work together to settle this matter. I was impressed by the flexibility shown by both sides, and I think it should be noted for the record.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Duly noted and agreed to. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 4 is in docket number 2022-9E, Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated's updated integrated resource plan and the establishment of a procedural schedule.
With regard to item 4 on the utilities agenda, is there a motion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner J. Williams,
Madam Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that we carry this matter over until next week.
okay. We can carry over without a vote, and we'll carry the matter over at your request. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Next item.
Item number 5 appears in docket number 2022-259E. This involves several matters, including the petition to intervene of the City of Orangeburg, South Carolina, and Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated's objection and response in opposition to the city's petition to intervene, the City of Orangeburg's response to Dominion Energy South Carolina's objection to the city's petition to intervene and supplement to the city's petition, Dominion Energy South Carolina's motion to strike the city's response to its objection to the city's petition to intervene and supplement to the city's petition, the City of Orangeburg's response to Dominion Energy South Carolina's motion to strike, and the motion to amend the city's petition to intervene and second amended petition to intervene.
Commissioners, with regard to item 5, is there a motion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Justin Williams,
Madam Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the commission grant the petition to intervene filed by the City of Orangeburg. So moved.
thank you, Commissioner Williams. Hearing the motion of Commissioner Williams, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Justin Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 6 is in docket number 2022-250E, which is Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated's motion to dismiss, or alternatively, for a more definite statement and to toll the hearing date and testimony filing deadline for all parties.
Commissioners, with regard to item 6, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Irvin,
thank you. I move that the commission grant Dominion Energy Progress LLC's motion to dismiss the petition of Raven Gadsden based on the failure of Mr. Gadsden to state a claim. I move that the docket be administratively closed. So moved.
thank you, Commissioner Irvin. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Irvin. Is there any discussion? Commissioner Irvin, I understand your motion because this was a pretty convoluted matter. Granted, it was filed by a pro se litigant, but I would be inclined to set this before a hearing officer on the allegation that was made that the complainant made that she was not offered a deferred payment plan, and there was another issue that I had recalled being in there. But while I certainly understand your motion, I will probably be voting against it. Just FYI.
Well, I'm open to suggestions or further discussion.
This is this pleading contained a lot of just references to federal law that is not applicable to the PSC. There was a reference to a bankruptcy, a deposit under the bankruptcy statutes. There were references to, I believe, fair credit statutes. But the complainant alleged, and taking this most favorably for the non-moving party, which would be the complainant, I believe at one point she alleged that she had not been offered a deferred payment plan, which is, now the company disputes that, but it's their motion to dismiss. pursuant to the commission regs, and she may not have cited the regs, but our regs do require that before disconnection or termination of service that deferred payment plan be offered. And I think she also alleged that the company refused to accept payment from an assistance agency. And so those two allegations from the complainant made me think that we, or at least we ought to have the hearing officer hear this matter.
All right, well, you've convinced me. I think we're required to take the allegations in the light most favorable to the complainant, petitioner, at this stage in the proceedings. So I'm going to accept your friendly motion to substitute mine. And so,
Well,
I understand you're moving to have the matter referred to a hearing officer for further determination.
I haven't made that motion, but that would be my inclination. You're welcome if you want to accept that position and move it. Or I can turn the gavel over to the vice chair, either way. I'm sorry, Commissioner Urban, we can't hear you. Hang on a second. Let me see if they can check your connection because you're breaking up. They're telling me you have an internet issue, Commissioner. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I tell you what, let me turn the gavel over to the vice chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Mr. Vice Chairman, I have a motion.
Certainly.
I would move that the commission deny the motion to dismiss and set hearing dates and a date to be heard, this matter to be heard by a hearing examiner.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion?
Mr. Vice Chair?
Yes, Chairman Williams?
Madam Chair, Commissioner Irvin, I understand where Commissioner Irvin's initial motion was coming from, and I understand where Chair Belzer's motion is coming from. I think that there's enough in the file for the commission to rule either way. I think that we just need to be prepared for the consequences of either decision. We know that when a ratepayer has an issue with utility, we're not the first, more likely than not, depending on the issue, we're not the first body or the first agency that receives that complaint. It usually goes through our ORS, and if they can't work it out, it comes to us depending on the issue, which is fine, and we can hear the case, and that's also fine. I just want us to make sure that it could come a time where we become inundated with these, and we may need to be prepared to address them accordingly. Again, there's enough in the file to go either way, and I could support either motion. I think when you view this issue in the light most favorable to the non-moving party, there's probably enough there to make sure that the non-moving party, those issues are appropriately and properly addressed. I just want to make sure that our commission is prepared to hear these matters if they become more frequent than they are now. But I can support either motion, and Commissioner Irvin, with you stepping down or withdrawing your motion, Chair Belzer, I'm happy to support your motion. Just wanted to put that on the record.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Any further discussion? If not, we'll have a roll call vote. By Chair Belzer.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Thank you, and I vote aye. Motion passes. I'll hand the gavel back to you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Vice Chair Powers.
Item number 7 involves docket number 2022-307E. This is the request for acceptance of the renewable power purchase agreement between Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated and Jackson PV1 LLC, along with a request for confidential treatment of certain portions of the agreement.
With regard to agenda item 7, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Caston.
I move that the commission accept for filing the renewable power purchase agreement between Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated and Jackson PV1 LLC and grant the request for confidential treatment of certain portions of the agreement.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Before we begin the roll call, Commissioner Irvin, can you hear me?
Yes, you can hear me.
It's breaking up, but we did hear you, so. Well, now I can't hear you. When I get to you, can you signal to me? There you go. Let's see. Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin. Commissioner Irvin has indicated a thumbs up for an affirmative vote. Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Vote aye.
And the chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 8 appears in docket number 2022-308E, which is the request for acceptance of the renewable power purchase agreement between Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated and Barnwell PV1 LLC, and a request for confidential treatment of certain portions of the agreement.
With regard to utilities agenda item 8, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Caston.
I move that the commission accept for filing the renewable power purchase agreement between Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated and Barnwell PV1 LLC and grant the request for confidential treatment of certain portions of the agreement. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Commissioners, having heard the motion, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin. Commissioner Irvin has indicated aye. We didn't hear him, but you could read his lips, and he gave us a thumbs up. So we will take that as an affirmative vote, and he's smiling, so I think that that's a correct vote. Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 9 appears in docket number 2022-285G, which is Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated's motion to dismiss and told hearing date and testimony filing deadlines for all parties.
With regard to utilities agenda item 9, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Vice Chair Powers.
Thank you very much. I move the commission grant the unopposed motion to dismiss filed by Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated. The complainant has not asserted facts sufficient to constitute a cognizable claim for relief from the commission. So move.
Thank you, Vice Chair Powers. With regard to the motion, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Vice Chair Powers.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin. Commissioner Irvin has indicated an affirmative vote. And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 10 appears in docket number 2022-309A, which is a request for confidential treatment of the financial statement of Jason Weaver, filed on behalf of Condor Environmental Incorporated.
With regard to the item described by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion? Commissioner Irvin, you're breaking up. It's very difficult to hear you.
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Caston.
if Commissioner Irvin is unable to make the motion, I'll be glad to make a motion.
Please proceed.
I move that the commission grant the request for confidential treatment of the financial statement of Jason Weaver filed on behalf of Condor Environmental Incorporated. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. With the commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Caston. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Now we've got you. Thank you, sir. Commissioner J. Williams?
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers?
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 11 is in docket number 2022-303WS. This is a request for approval of a water and sewer agreement between Blue Granite Water Company and Clover Village, Lake Wiley, South Carolina, without notice or hearing.
With regard to agenda item 11, as described by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Vice Chair Powers?
I move the commission deny the request of waiver and hearing and instruct the clerk's office to set a procedural schedule to hear the matter. So move.
Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Vice Chair Powers. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams?
Aye.
I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 12 involves 4 dockets that are before the commission to consider consolidation for purpose of hearing. The dockets at issue are docket number 2022-151WS regarding Total Environmental Solutions Incorporated, docket number 2022-161W regarding AAA Utilities Incorporated, docket number 2022-166W regarding Hamilton Haynes Waterworks, and docket number 2022-167W regarding Hyde Park Waterworks Incorporated. The joint application in each docket seeks the sale of assets and transfer of facilities, territory, and certificates of public convenience and necessity from each of these utilities to CSWR, South Carolina Utility Operating Company, LLC. Staff presents for commission consideration the joint applicant's request to consolidate all of these dockets for hearing purposes.
Commissioners, we've heard the dockets identified by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Caston?
I move that the commission grant the joint applicant's request to consolidate all dockets for hearing purposes. I so move.
Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Caston. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams?
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers?
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Madam Chair, if we could readdress item number 9, that's docket 2022-285G. I believe that Commissioner Williams did not have the opportunity to vote.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Scarborough. Madam Chair,
Yes, Commissioner Williams.
my vote on item 9 is yes.
And my apologies.
Dr. Scarborough looked out for me.
We can all use some looking out for every once in a while. Thank you
Yes, ma'am.
for catching that.
Item number 13 is in docket number 2022-153S. This is Palmetto Wastewater Reclamation Incorporated's request to amend its name to read South Carolina Water Utilities, PWR Incorporated.
With regard to agenda item 13, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner J. Williams.
Madam Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the commission grant Palmetto Wastewater Reclamation Incorporated's request to amend their name to read South Carolina Water Utilities -PWR, Inc. INC period. So moved.
Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Williams. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Madam Chair, that completes the utilities agenda before the commission today. So moving on to the motor carrier agenda, Item numbers 1 through 4 are requests for Class C certificates. Staff recommends that items 1 through 4 be taken together, and I will review them for the commission. Item number 1 appears in docket number 2022-304T, which is the application of My Palmetto EMC LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item
Ms.
number 2 is in docket number 2022-305T. This is the application of NMB Apartments LLC for a Class C charter certificate. Item number 3 is in docket number 2022-306T, which is the application of My Palmetto EMS LLC for a Class C stretcher van certificate. And item number 4 is in docket number 2022-310T, which is the application of Midlands and Low Country Taxi LLC for a Class C taxi certificate.
Mr. Scarborough, I would ask that you reread number 1. The item agenda, my agenda shows either I processed the name wrong or you might have missed a letter there.
My Palmetto, it's the application of My Palmetto EMS.
Thank you.
There we go. Thank you. EMS LLC. Thank you for looking out for me. EMS LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate.
There are a lot of C's in that. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioners, we've heard the items described by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Vice Chair Powers.
Thank you. I move the commission approve the applications for Class C certificates and items numbers 1 through 4 as listed by Mr. Norman Scarborough.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Commissioners, we've heard the motion related to these agenda items. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Powers.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 5 is in docket number 2022-152T. This is the request of Here For You Logistics LLC for an extension of time until March 31st, 2023 to comply with commission rules and regulations.
With regard to transportation agenda item 5, is there a motion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Williams.
Madam Chair, fellow commissioners, I move to approve the request of Here For You Logistics LLC for an extension of time until March 31st, 2023 to comply with commission rules and regulations. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Commissioners, we've heard the motion. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 6 is in docket number 2022-103T. This is a request of Timothy Crawford doing business as Ritz Limousine for an extension of time until December 31st, 2022 to comply with commission rules and regulations.
Commissioners, with regard to transportation item 6, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Caston.
I move to approve Timothy Crawford doing business as Ritz Limousines requests for an extension of time until December 31st, 2022 to comply with commission rules and regulations. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Caston. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 7 is in docket number 2022-201T, which is the request of Neighbor to Neighbor Transport Services LLC for an extension of time until December 30th, 2022 to comply with commission rules and regulations.
With regard to transportation agenda item 7, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Vice Chair Powers.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to approve the request of Neighbor to Neighbor Transport Services LLC for an extension of time until December 30th, 2022 to comply with commission rules and regulations. So moved.
Thank you, Vice Chair Powers. Hearing the motion of Vice Chair Powers, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Vice Chair Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 8 is in docket number 2022-209T. This is the request of A Touch of Help Transit LLC for an extension of time until June 30th, 2023 to comply with commission rules and regulations.
With regard to transportation, item 8, is there a motion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Williams?
Madam Chair, fellow commissioners, I move to approve the request of A Touch of Help Transit LLC for an extension of time until June 30th, 2023 to comply with commission rules and regulations. So moved. Madam Chair and fellow commissioners.
Thank you, Commissioner. Hearing the motion of Commissioner Williams, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 9 is in docket number 2022-205T, which is the Office of Regulatory Staff's petition to revoke certificates of public convenience and necessity of certain motor carriers for non-payment of decal fees and/or filing evidence of insurance.
With regard to transportation agenda item 9, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I would like to make a motion.
Commissioner Caston?
I move to grant the Office of Regulatory Staff's petition to revoke certificates of public convenience and necessity of certain motor carriers for non-payment of decal fees and/or filing evidence of insurance. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, hearing the motion from Commissioner Caston, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers?
Aye.
I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 10 is in dockets numbered 2005-83A and 2009-167T. Staff presents for commission consideration a request to approve forms pertaining to the cancellation of certificates, request for extensions, and request to amend certificates.
With regard to transportation agenda item 10, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Vice Chair Powers?
Thank you. I move to approve the forms pertaining to cancellation of certificates, requests for extensions, and requests to amend certificates. So moved.
Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Vice Chair Powers. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Powers.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Madam Chair and Commissioners, this concludes all business noticed before the Commission today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Scarborough. Appreciate everyone's attendance today. Our next regularly scheduled business meeting will be held on Thursday, October 13th at 2 p.m. And with that, we will adjourn this meeting. Thank you.